What's gravy, baby? Y'all see what's going on, man. Y'all see the vibes, man. The vibes is here. The vibes is here, bro. Shout out Darren Rizzie up in there jigging, getting hype with goddamn Who That Nation. Y'all see that right there, baby. Y'all see what the hell going on. So if y'all don't know what the hell's going on, this is the fourth episode of the Trade Talk Saints podcast. If you guys haven't saw all the other ones, I would advise you to go and check them out. You know what I'm saying? Some good little content about sports, and, you know, mainly going over the Who That Nation, baby. So if you a Saints fan, it's the place for you to be. Even if you are not a Saints fan, and you want to hear some football talk, it's the place for you to be. So if you guys are not actually, you know, familiar with this, the top part of the screen, you know, we got the Trade Talk Saints. The bottom, we got what the main headline of this episode is talking about, pretty much the title. The left side, we go have illustrations, pictures and stuff about, you know, the game or games or whatever that's going on with the Saints. And then on the right side, we got the clipboard, which is going to go over the topics of the day. So I did skip last week. I tried to get a video out last week about the game, Darren Rizzie's first game, but unfortunately I was not able to. I did not have enough goddamn time, so I did miss last week, but we here this week. You know what I'm saying? We here this week, and I'm going to talk a little bit about last week, and I'm going to talk about this week. So let's get right into it. First thing we go do, we go just recap the game. So we go recap last game, and then we go actually recap this game. So this is just game recaps from the past 2 weeks, just going over what the hell happened. So, you know, that's pretty much topic number one, game recaps. So last game was Coach Darren Rizzie, you know, the Rizzler, you know, Mr. Rizzie, you know, what they call it, Merry Rizmas. You heard me? It was his first game coaching in the NFL as our interim coach, because we got Dennis Allen, trash ass, up out of there. So the results of that game, we went against the Falcons. It was a crazy ass game. All right, so you see the total stats here. You look at the stats, you see the Falcons pretty much dominated us almost in every goddamn stack. They beat us in passing yards. They beat us in rush yards. They beat us in total yards. They beat us in first downs. You know what I'm saying? They beat us in fourth downs. They beat us with more total plays. You know what I'm saying? We did not allow any sacks, so good stuff by the O-line, getting more healthier and getting better. We punted the ball more. We had more penalties. You know, they did turn the ball over once. We did not turn the ball over at all. And then time of possession, they dominated that. So you look at these stats and like they dominated everything pretty much besides the turnovers. They beat us in every main stat besides turnovers. So how the hell we won that game right there, bro? I don't know how or what the hell Darren Rizzie got going on, but he got kickers missing their field goals the past two goddamn games. I mean, they just out here missing. You know, the most recent games against the goddamn Browns, that dude, I forgot his damn name, the kicker, he missed like 3-4 goddamn field goals. You know, missed the extra point. He missed like 3 other field goals. I'm like, God damn, what the hell is going on with the kickers when they play us? Ever since Darren Rizzie became the head coach, these past 2 games, dudes have been missing field goals, and it's crazy. So against the actual Falcons, it was the same goddamn thing. That boy Younghoe Koo, good God, that boy Younghoe Koo could not kick a field goal to save his life. I don't know what the hell happened, because Younghoe Koo usually kills us. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Younghoe Koo usually makes it pretty hard on us when we play the damn Falcons. But Younghoe Koo sat there and went 1 for 4. He went 1 for 4. He missed 2 of them legitly, and then he got 1 blocked. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that right there, Younghoe Koo. I really do appreciate that from you right there, Playboy. But that's the Darren Rizzie effect, I guess. He is a special teams coach, so you know he got the special teams ready. It ain't a coincidence that the past 2 games, the kickers have been missing field goals. It's maybe something he got going on with the field goal lineup or the field goal team that he's figured out to help actually affect these kickers. I don't know what the hell he's doing, though. But it is wild the past 2 weeks. So shout out Darren Rizzie and the special teams for, you know, having these kickers miss their field goals. Thank you, Young Wei Koo. As well against the Falcons. It was the Marquez Valdez-Scantling game. Boy had 3 receptions for 109 yards. Goddamn, 2 touchdowns. And Derek Carr, also had a good game as well. Derek Carr, he threw the ball. He did his thing. When you have a game like this where you get a lot of yards after the catch and stuff like that, and when your passes, it inflates your stats. Because Derek Carr, believe me, dog, he still got the same issues, missing up on reads, not reading the field all the way, bailing on plays too quickly. He still got those same issues. He did better in the Browns game, I would say, in terms of making his decision and picking apart the defense. But against the Falcons, he was still shaky in some moments. But Alvin Kamara, 17 carries. He had 55 yards rushing. So rushing wasn't that crazy in that actual game right there. But he, AK, also, he's going to help in the receiving game as well. He also helped in the receiving game. He had 5 for 54. So over another 100 yards purpose in all-purpose yards, dog. You know what I'm saying? So shout out AK for always being a consistent staple for our goddamn offense. And then he also broke the record for career rushing yards. Career rushing leader for the New Orleans Saints. He already done passed it. He beat Mark Ingram, his former colleague, his former teammate, and pretty much the mentor that he had when he first came to the Saints was Mark Ingram. So shout out Mark Ingram from holding on for that. Now it's Alvin Kamara. And ain't no telling how long he's going to hold this record, because he's going to keep on adding to it. He's going to be playing for at least another 2 years with the team. So you best believe the next guy to break this record probably won't be, I don't know, it might be a decade or so. Who knows? But he'll have the record for a good little minute, because AK is a dog. So shout out AK for doing that in the Falcons game right there. And like I said, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, I got to pop some stuff up for him, bro, because he showed out, dog. Like, look at this. Look at this catch right here. Over 3 Falcons receivers. He burnt all 3 of them, dog. He burnt all 3 of them. And, I will shout out the Saints organization, the Saints front office, for picking this man up. Because with no Rashid Shaheed, with no Chris Olave, our top 2 receivers out of there, gone, there had to be something made in order for us to get a receiving or just a receiver, bro. Like, we needed a receiver that we can at least count on a little bit, because we was pretty much just stuck with Taysom Hill, Alvin Kamara, Juwan Johnston, Foster Moreau, the 2 tight ends. That was pretty much our weapons. We needed a wideout that can produce something, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling has done that the past couple games. So shout out to this dude right there, because without him, I'm like, damn, we throwing a Mason Tipton. And these other guys, I don't even know who the hell their name is. You hear me? Like, come on, bro. So shout out the front office for making that pickup. And, shout out Darren Rizzie. He's injected life into this team. As you saw in like the video there, the vibes are immaculate. The vibes are impeccable. Things that Dennis Allen did not do, this guy is the exact opposite. He's not just sitting on the sideline with his goddamn arms folded. He's not just sitting on the sideline looking at a tablet. He's just not a spectator, bro. He's talking to referees, getting on to them. He's getting on the players, making sure they maintain their accountability. He's getting on to the coordinators. He's talking to his offensive coordinator, talking to his defensive coordinators, celebrating with the team, getting hype with the team. He is living and dying with every play. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of coach that would drive players to play better than what they have. And you've been seeing that in these games. The D-line, and especially, I would say the D-line has been playing way better these past 2 games than they have the whole season. Guys like Cam Jordan, Chase Young, Brian Brzee, Peyton Turner, these guys are starting to pop. Guys that were just mediocre or not doing shit at all, they starting to perform. Because guess what, man? When you got an energetic coach, when you got somebody in your corner riding for you, dog, that makes you want to be better. That makes you want to play for them, and it makes you want to play for the team even more. And that's what we're seeing by Darren Rizzie. in his 2-0 start. So shout out Darren Rizzie, bro, because this dude right here is a goddamn maniac. You know what I'm saying? As you saw by those pictures I've been showing you, bro, this dude's a maniac. He's crazy, bro. The dude look constipated on the sideline getting hype, turning red like a tomato, bro. Like, the dude is going nuts on the sideline when stuff happens. And I love to see that, bro. I love to see that. So that right there is pretty much the recap from the Falcons game. The recap of the game we just played against the Browns. Jameis Winston, first time coming to the Dome since we let him go. Unfortunately, we let him go. We pretty much had a very good game, 35-14. You can consider that a blowout. The first half was very close, closer than it had to be, you know, because we gave up a lot of opportunities when we got past midfield to make more plays. We gave them up. The first half honestly should have ended like 21-6 or 24-6. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first half should have been even bigger of a margin, but we finished the half 14-6, and then we came out and didn't look back in the second half. So shout out to for the team actually going in there, adjusting, doing better than what they were doing before, and actually, you know, playing better. I mean, that's just that. And with Dennis Allen led team, I don't know if these guys come out in the second half and actually play like they played. I just don't see it. Darren Rizzie got them up in there, and he got them straight. They made the required adjustments, and they came out in the second half and smacked them in the mouth. We outgained them in total yards. They did pass the ball more. Jameis Winston was dotting us up, bro. You know, the DBs was struggling a little bit. Ugo Amadi, what's his name? Goddamn, Alontae Taylor was struggling a little bit. I didn't hear much about Kool-Aid McKinstry. You know, Kool-Aid, I think he was playing pretty good because I didn't even hear about his name on the other side. So they did outpass us. We outran them by a lot, 214-66. And there's your game. We pretty much ran the ball. We controlled the tempo of the game. We controlled the clock. And, you know, that's where we won the game. You just look at how bad the rushing yards was. We run the game solely off of those rushing yards. You know what I'm saying? Yards per play, we did it better. They got more first downs. We did better on third down. We did better on fourth down. They had more total plays. We only allowed 1 sack. They allowed 3. They punted the ball 5. We punted it 3. You know, penalties, we did have more, 5 for 54, 5 for 41. Sorry. We do need to still clear up them goddamn penalties. This team is penalized too much. A lot of pre-snap penalties mainly. Like a lot of holdings. These guys got to stop holding, bro. A lot of holdings and defensive holdings. Those are the 2 top penalties I see is consistently having. Offensive holdings or defensive holdings. All the goddamn time. So we got to clean that up. We did lose 1 fumble and 1 interception. We actually turned the ball over. So that just shows you who the better team is. We had 2 turnovers. They had 0 turnovers. And we still beat them by what? We beat them by 20. You know, we still beat them by 3 scores, guys. We beat them by 3 scores still. And we had 2 turnovers to their 0. So that just shows who the better team is, because they couldn't keep their drives going. We kept on getting them off the field on third down, hence why they're 3 for 13 on third downs. We got them off the field when we could, had them punt the ball off, or had them going for fourth downs and they were missing it. So shout out the defense for holding strong in a lot of those situations. And on top of that, shout out to the running game, bro. Shout out to the running game. So that's pretty much the rundown of the game right there. And I also do want to shout out right quick for the goddamn Browns team. You know, I want to shout out Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston, bro. Hey, that's my guy. He has so much love, bro. And there's a clip of him dapping everybody up online on the New Orleans Saints Twitter page or X page. If you want to look at that, he's dapping up all the players. You know what I'm saying? Because Jameis is a very likable guy. He's a very good locker room guy. And, you know, it goes to show you, dog, like, Dennis Allen was wrong. He was wrong. Yeah, Jameis Winston, when he did what he did against the Falcons last year in the last game of the season, giving Jamal Williams a last-second touchdown after we dominated the goddamn Falcons. Yeah, it wasn't a good look that Jameis did that. But as a coach, you don't want to show up your players. You don't want to go out and discredit them and talk shit about them in the press and make them look like assholes. You want to ride for your players. It's the goddamn Falcons. Fuck the Falcons. You hear me? It's the Falcons, bro. So you don't want to go out there and show your team up and apologize to the Falcons and shit. Come on now, dog. So that's another reason he had to get up out of there. But Jameis Winston had a great game. This was one of those games where I could sit there and be like, damn, I'm glad Jameis Winston had a good game, man. 2 touchdowns, almost 400 yards passing, 30 for 46. Great game for Jameis Winston, but we still beat their ass. You hear me? So it was the best of two worlds. We was able to see Jameis Winston play very good and also beat their ass at the same damn time. But shout out Mr. E-W, Jameis Winston, bro. We miss you, and I wish you, luck and wish you good prosperity on the rest of the season, dog. Because you for sure got the juice still, and you can be on any team. Shit, you might need to go over to the goddamn Giants. Maybe you can steal a starting job over there, goddammit. So, beyond that right there, I want to also give another shout out to another important guy for the another important guy on the other team, and that's Mr. Dustin. Is it Dustin Hopkins? I think it's Dustin Hopkins. He missed 2 field goals. He honestly missed 3, guys. Okay, he honestly missed 3 because he missed 1 field goal, and they gave us a stupid ass defense. They gave us a stupid defensive holding on kickoff. I'm like, dog. I mean, on field goal. I mean, y'all really just called a field goal defensive holding? What the hell is that? But he still missed. He missed there. They got the penalty. He came up and missed again. And then he missed another one earlier in the game. So this dude realistically missed 3 field goals in the damn game. And I think he missed the extra point as well. So this man in totality, if you watched the whole game, you watched every single kick he kicked, even one that was waved away. This man missed 4 legit field goals, dog. 4 of them. So shout out Dustin Hopkins, bro. I don't know what we got on the kickers, what type of juju we got on the kickers, but goddamn, we are showing up and we are making these goddamn kickers miss these field goals. Like I said, the hell if I know how. Beyond that, more of the game recap for the game. Derek Carr in the Browns game, another good game, 21 for 27, 248, 2 touchdowns. You look at the stats there, and he had a better stat game last week against the Falcons, but for this game, I felt like he was more decisive with his reads. He made better reads. He made better throws. He didn't have a lot of times where I thought he was scared. It felt like a way cleaner game. And he also ran for a goddamn, like a play action bootleg out to the right side of the goddamn field and got like 8 yards in the first down and got tackled by like 2 Browns players and got right back up. I'm like, goddamn, what the hell is this? What type of Derek Carr is this? I'm surprised his ass didn't get up hurt. You hear me? Like, damn. So that was surprising seeing by Derek Carr. Good, clean game from him. Taysom Hill. This was a Taysom Hill game. Shout out Taysom Hill. Hey, clean up them goddamn turnovers, because Taysom Hill was the guy that costed us the most in this game, but he also was the reason we won the goddamn game. It's crazy how that stuff worked, right? Like, this dude made the most mistakes in the game, but he made the biggest plays in the goddamn game. Go figure. When you got a coaching staff or a coach that's not scared to go away from their players, or that's still going to believe in their players, and I believe what's his name had a big part in that. Rizzie had a big part in not going away from Taysom. He probably told Kubiak, hey, we still going with him. We still going with Taysom Hill. We still go ride him with that football. We still go give it to him. Hey, we still go find a way to give him the ball. Because when you look at the offense, The main players that have to touch the ball with Olave and Shaheed out, Kamara got to touch it. Taysom Hill got to touch it. Those are your top two players that got to touch the ball. Everybody else, like Foster Moreau, Juwan Johnson, MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, those players are behind them. But the top two right now, Kamara and Taysom, got to touch the ball. So shout out Clint Kubiak and Rizzie not going away from Taysom Hill after throwing the interception. I don't even know why they had him in the backfield going for a regular passing play. Like, dog, come on, man. If he's in there, you run the ball with him. Or it's some type of trickery type of play. That wasn't even a trickery type play. The one reception he did complete for 18 yards, it was a trick pass play. If you want to do a trick pass play, by all means. If you want to run the ball with Taysom, by all means. But if you go sit there and just step back and just throw the ball with him, I do not agree with that. All right? So we got to stop doing that right there. Rushing, this is where the man came through. Yeah, he fumbled the ball once. Yeah, he had an interception. But goddamn, 7 carries, 138 yards. 19.7, we rounded up to 20 yards per carry average. This man killed the Browns. And Taysom Hill, every single season, I kid you not, every single season since we started using this guy as our Swiss Army knife, every season this man has about 1 or 2 games where he goes fucking insane. That's just what he does, dog. 7 carries, 138, 20 yards per carry average, 3 touchdowns. Shout out Taysom Hill. Big game. He also did a lot of other things. He was out there catching passes. He was out there doing kickoff returns. You already know he be on a punt team. The man does it all, guys. He really does it all. So another Taysom Hill game. Kamara, 16 carries, 67. He had a few good runs, 4 yards per carry. Like I said, Derek Carr had one roll out the pocket play. It would look like it was a design run play where he showed some athleticism, showed some wheels, and got 8 yards. You know what I'm saying? So that's that for the passing and the rushing. As far as the receiving, Valdez-Scantling again at the top of the board. Only 2 receptions, but goddamn 87 yards. He had a big 50-something yard reception where he ran like a clear out crosser. They lost sight of him. Derek Carr got the pocket, improvised, threw a dot to him. He took it up the sideline, got one dude, beat one dude, and got to the end zone. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, bro, still making goddamn plays. The past 2 games, the man got over 200 yards, 200-some yards, bro. So the dude is going crazy. So shout out him and once again the front office for picking him up and taking a chance on him, because I don't see none of these other receivers doing this. All right, Taysom Hill, 8 receptions. He had the most receptions for 50 damn yards. So this man had almost over 200 all-purpose yards. The man had about 180 something all-purpose yards. Taysom Hill, a goddamn baller. Foster Moreau and Juwan Johnson, our 2 tight ends, they made some great plays and great catches. I liked what I saw out of our 2 tight ends. We got to get them involved more. They are better than from what they've been showing the whole season. Foster Moreau and Juwan Johnson are better players. They just are. They're better players, dog. And then Alvin Kamara had some receptions as well. K. Austin and Pettis chipped in as well. I think was the Pettis guy. The Pettis guy almost took a goddamn punt return for 6, bro. He had it all the way down the sideline. He had it, but somebody pushed him, and he got the heel of his goddamn foot barely touched the white part out of bounds, and he didn't get the damn punt return for 6, bro. Like, it was a kickoff return or a punt return? I don't remember. I think it was a punt return. It was. I think it had to be a punt return, bro. But it was crazy. He reversed the field on him, and I almost took it to the crib. So that was a good play. I wish he could have got it. That would have been a very good play for the young man. Coming from a no-name player to make a huge play like that would have definitely done him some favors. But hey, offense did their thing. Defense was good as well. Just a quick shout out to them. Brian Brzee had his best game of the season. I think he had 2 sacks. He was a menace on the field. Chase Young made some great plays still. I heard Cam Jordan name a few times. He's been a revelation the past couple games. So the D-line specifically, I've been noticing them playing great. I saw DeMario Davis made some thumping plays. Shout out Will Harris still being a thumper, being a consistent weapon out there at the safety position. So that's pretty much that for the defense. And that goes to show you, bro, when you got to change the scenery and you got a coach that's actually know what the hell they doing, and your coach that actually has some type of life, is making players play better. Just simple as that. That D-line and O-line, they're playing better, and they're playing with more intensity than I've seen them play recently. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much that, man. With the recap of the 2 games right there, the Saints have went 2 and goddamn 0. You know what I'm saying? And just show you this right here for Taysom, the Taysom Hill game. Hey, 18 passing yards thrown, 54 rush yards. But actually, you know, this was, what the hell was this? This was, yeah, this must have been before he made it better. So the guy had 18 passing yards. Forget the 54 rush yards. The man had 100 and what was it? Let me go back and check. It was 100 what? The dude had 138. So this man had 18 passing yards. He had 138 rushing yards. He had 50 receiving yards and a kickoff return for 42 yards and had 3 rushing TDs. So name a player that you know that does all that on offense, bro. Not a lot of people can do that. So it's great to have a player like this. Yeah, he had 2 turnovers, but he made up for it. Like, once again, 18 passing yards, 100, not 50, not 54, but 138 rushing yards, 50 receiving yards, and 42 yards kickoff return, 3 touchdowns. Legendary day for your Taysom Hill. Hey, you a goddamn Saints legend, boy. You a Saints legend. So next topic we're going to talk about is, should Coach Rizzie be the head coach? You know what I'm saying? You know, Rizzie, head coach? You know what I'm saying? Like, has this man right here, has this man earned the right to be considered as a head coach for the New Orleans Saints? And I'm going to say this right here, right now. 2 games in a row, it's great. It's beautiful. But unfortunately, as an interim coach, you're going to have to do a little bit more in order to be strongly favored or considered to be the next head coach. And that just is what it is. Interim head coaches don't really get a lot of flack after they, you know, do their little head coaching interim stint. But if he does enough to get this team, I say, right now, the Saints have 4 wins, okay? They have 4 wins. They done won 2 games in a row with this man right here. I would say, if they go out there and if this coach can get this team to 7 or 8 wins, I would say then you will have to strongly consider. Because let's just think about it. The Saints are 4-7, all right? They're 4-7. They've won 2 games in a row. If you can come out and look at the schedule here, they got the Rams, the Giants, the Commanders, the Packers, the Raiders, and the Buccaneers. Okay? Those are their games left. So the way I put it is, if this man can win, let's just say, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think for him to strongly be considered, he'll have to get to 8 wins. So I feel like this man will have to win 4 more games. If he can win 4 more games, then you have to strongly consider him. Because if he wins 4 more games, that means as a interim head coach, he would have win against the Falcons, win against the Browns, and if he win 4 more, that's 6 games. So if he lose, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we got 6 more games, 2 left. So that pretty much means, as a head coach, this man would have went 6-2. He went 6-2, guys. If he sits there and win 4 more games, that means as an interim head coach, he went 6-2, and I can't be mad at that. Yeah, 8-9 won't make the playoffs. I'm pretty sure 8-9 will not make the playoffs unless the Falcons continue to keep losing games and keep getting their ass beat, and the Buccaneers keep losing and doing what they doing. We may have a chance. But the thing is, the Buccaneers, their schedule is not that daunting. You know what I'm saying? The Buccaneers got the Giants, the Panthers, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Cowboys, the Panthers. You know what I'm saying? And they play us again. So the Buccaneers' schedule is kind of sweet. I'm not going to lie. The rest of their schedule is sweet. So the Buccaneers could surprisingly still have a good chance. You know what I'm saying? And then the Falcons, who they have next, now they're 6-5. We're only a game and a half, 2 games behind them. They still got to play the Chargers. The Chargers have been a revelation of a team. Been playing way better. You got the Vikings. The Vikings have been a surprise to everybody, playing good football. You got the Raiders. You might win that one. You got the Giants. You might win that one. You still got the Commanders. So I'm looking at the Falcons' schedule. They very well can lose 1, 2, 3. They can for sure lose 3 more games. They can for sure lose 3 more games. And if they lose 3 more games, let's go have them sitting at 8 losses. You know what I'm saying? Let's go have them sitting at 8 losses if they lose 3 more games. So there is a chance, guys. There is a chance the Saints can slide into the playoffs at 8-9. It is possible. But if they go out and if they go 5-1, I mean, not 5-1. If they go out and become 7-1 with Darren Rizzie as the head coach, if he can be 7-1 as a head coach interim for us, then bro, come on, man. If he can go 8-1, that means he gets the 9 wins, and 9-8 may be enough. I think 9-8 is probably will be enough to win this division. 9-8. I think 9-8 right now could be enough to win this division. If this man can win 7 more games, I mean not 7 more games. If he can win, how many more games he would have to win? Because he got 2 wins already, so he'll need, he got 2 wins already. So that means he'll have to win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 7, so 5. He'll have to win 5 more games. They got 6 games left. He would have to win 5 games in order for them to get to that 8-9 mark. Is it 5 games for 8-9? Am I stupid? Am I doing my goddamn math right? They 4-7. So 4-7, they win 5 more games. That's 9. Okay, if they get to 9-8, they need 5 more wins. So can he beat the Rams, the Giants, Commanders, Packers, Raiders, Buccaneers? Like, you're gonna have to win a couple games you're not supposed to win. You're not supposed to beat the Packers. You're not supposed to beat the Commanders. You're not supposed to beat the Rams. You're gonna have to win 2 of those games. I believe you can beat the Giants. Like, you should be able to handle the Giants with no problem. I believe you can beat the Raiders, no problem. I believe you can beat the Buccaneers. But the Rams, Commanders, and Packers, you're going to have to win 2 of those games. The most likely, I probably would say the Rams and the Packers are probably the 2 most likely games you can win. I really don't see them winning that Commanders game at all. I just do not see them winning that game unless Jaden Daniels doesn't play or something for some reason. If Jaden Daniels plays, I do not see them beating the Commanders at all. But I can see them squeezing one out against the Rams and the Packers. I can see that happen. So that's what I will say about Coach Rizzie. I love what he's been doing. He's been a great great interim head coach as far, so far 2 wins in a row for the Saints, the most life the team has had since week 2. But once again, I believe for him to strongly be considered, this man is going to have to win. He's going to have to win either 4 or 5 more games. Either or. If he wins 4 more games, that means he wins 6-2. If he wins 5 more games, that means he wins 7-1. 7-1. So if he wins 4 or 5 more games, I say that's enough for him to be considered strongly for the head coaching position. And it's hard to think, guys, damn, what would have happened if we would have kicked Dennis Allen trash ass to the can? What would have happened if we kicked him to the can earlier? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would have happened if we kicked him to the, what game was that? What would have happened if we kicked him from our head coaching position after, let's say, after they lost against the goddamn Broncos, which I believe after the Broncos lost, he should have been gone. You embarrass yourself in front of Sean Payton. You embarrass yourself on Drew Brees' Hall of Fame induction night for the Saints. And you get blown out 33-10 by a team that was struggling up to your point. You got the Broncos on a winning streak. After the Broncos beat us, the Broncos have been playing crazy. I believe that's the game he should have got fired. And who knows? After that, you probably beat the Chargers. You for sure beat the goddamn Panthers. And that's 2 more wins right there. And if we get those 2 extra wins right there, guys, instead of sitting at 4-7, y'all, we're sitting at 6 and what? We sitting at 6-4? You know what I'm saying? Or 6-5, whatever. So 6 wins right now look way better than 4. That's all I know. 6 wins look way better than 4. These dudes will be 6-5, I believe. So they should have got rid of Dennis Allen earlier. And shout out to Coach Rizzie. He's been great. Like I said, 4 or 5 more dubs, bruh. I believe you should be the next head coach. If you go out there and give us 4 or 5 more wins, I believe you should be the next head coach, bruh. And that's just that. That's just that, dog. Know what I'm saying? That's what I got for Mr. Darren Rizzie. And the games, the games ahead. I guess that was kind of like 2 topics in one. So we probably gonna throw both of those on topic. Should Rizzie be the next head coach, and also the upcoming schedule. We basically hit on both of those things. So beyond that, man, I mean, that's honestly all that I have. That's all that I got, bro. So we talked about Coach Rizzie, how great that he's been. We talked about the past 2 games, what happened in both of them. We talked about the players that we needed to talk about. I also want to say Clint Kubiak, good shit, calling a very good game. First half was you know what I'm saying? Like, the first couple possessions were real good. It kind of got a little slowed down, but then the second half it came out, and he drew up a very good game. I just want consistency out of Kubiak. Consistency and adjusting. I need Kubiak to adjust better. After a team adjusts to what you adjust to, you need to adjust again. Adjust, bruh. Just adjust. And it was good he didn't go away from Taysom Hill. Very good. I liked a lot of the play designs, getting the ball into Kamara and the screen games and all types of stuff like that. Scheming players open. It was a good game called by Clint Kubiak. And I think maybe, just maybe, Dennis Allen was watering down Clint Kubiak. Maybe he had Clint Kubiak on the short leash. It looks like that might have been possible, bro. It looked like that very well could have been possible that that Dennis Allen had Kubiak on the tight leash, bro. I really feel that. I really feel that. So, as far as that goes, man, for the outro, my final points of what I got to talk about and say is just that, hey, the New Orleans Saints are 2-0 since Coach Rizzie has became the head coach of the team. It's great to see the vibe of the team, how they're happy, how they're excited. Players are starting to play better. It's just a complete 360 to what we was dealing with, bro. Coach Rizzie got us out here balling. You know what I'm saying? And also for the outro, I want to throw this stat out there. Myles Garrett had only 2 pressures in the game. I don't even think the dude had any tackles the whole game. He didn't get no sacks. He got 2 pressures. He didn't do a damn thing. Myles Garrett was just out there. And I can't believe I'm saying that. He was just doing nothing. And I want to shout out Fawaga. Our rookie tackle, Fawaga, was out there balling. He was on that man all day. He was on that man all goddamn day, shutting down Myles Garrett. So, out of all the buses the Saints have made over the years, Brian Brzee, I feel like was a good pickup. I feel like Kool-Aid McKinstry was a good pickup. I feel like this dude, Fawaga, I feel like he was definitely a pickup as well. For sure, Fawaga was a good pickup, a great pickup. So all the Saints got to do is put together a full 100% draft, because they had some misses in this past draft. Isaiah Foskey was a miss. I don't know who else they got, but Fawaga, and we still got to see what's going on with Kool-Aid McKinstry, but they need a draft where they get hit after hit after hit. They need about 3-4 hits in the next draft. And if they do that, get a hit at D lineman. Get a hit at corner or safety. Get a hit at, receiver. Get a hit at another O-line position. Give us those hits right there. Once again, give us a hit at running back. Give us a hit at offensive lineman. Get us a hit at defensive lineman. And then give us a hit, at the DB position. If we can get 4-5 hits in those positions right there, and a receiver maybe 2, if we can get another good draft class, 4-5 good hits, like the draft class that we had the one season, you know what I'm saying? If we can get those type of hits and get some young players in there that can play off the rip in those positions that we need, then, hey, the rebuild may move faster than before. It may just move faster than before. And for all the guys that's out there mad about the Saints and their draft pick, and we're winning games and we should be tanking and we should be losing and getting a better draft pick, it's not likely that the Saints going to go out and draft a quarterback. It's not a guarantee they go draft a quarterback. It's not a guarantee they go hit off the first round, second round, third round pick. It ain't a guarantee they go hit, because they've missed a lot. This life is short, y'all. Life is short. We only get so many football seasons to see, and you should want to see your team win more than not. If we go get a good player, it's going to come. May not come when you want it, but we need another quarterback. It's going to come. Trust me. It's going to come, guys. It's going to come. All right? So just let the team round out. Let's make this late push, man. Under Merry Christmas. Let's make this next push, because we got a chance. We don't got the easiest schedule. We don't got the toughest schedule. We don't play Philly no more. We don't got the Lions on the schedule. We don't got the Chiefs on the schedule again. Some of these tougher teams that's playing really good football, we don't got the Bills. We don't got the Ravens. We don't got the Steelers. We don't got the 49ers. We don't got the Vikings. You heard me? We don't got those type of teams on the schedule that we expect to be at the top We don't got those teams on the schedule, to end it off. We got, decent teams. Packers, they're a decent team. They're not a great team. They're a decent team. Know what I'm saying? The Rams, they're not a great team. They're a decent team. All right? The Buccaneers, they're an okay team. They are right. You know what I'm saying? The Buccaneers, they are right. The Raiders, they're trash. The Giants, they're trash. You know what I'm saying? The Commanders, they're good. I get them better than decent. They're good. So you got a chance to make something happen. Let's see where the hell this takes us, guys. Let's see if we can have some enjoyable football. At the end of the day, if you're a fan of a team, you should want it to be enjoyable. You shouldn't want to have to come over here being pissed off and mad. Talk about draft picks and shit. You should want to have fun. You should want to win. You should want to see if you got the next head coach in the building or not. Because he's not coaching a tank. I'm sorry to tell y'all, but an interim coach is not coming in a tank. It's not happening. It won't happen. So quit asking. Shout out Nick Saban. So quit asking. An interim head coach is going to go out there and fight for their job and try to get their team to win. That's just what's going to happen, dog. All right? That's just what's going to happen. So let's see if Rizzie can get us 4-5 more wins and slide us into the playoffs. And in the playoffs, any goddamn thing can happen. So let's see what the hell Mayor Rizmus can do. 2-0. Hey, I believe that we can make a push, but we shall see what happens from here on out. Shout out Taysom Hill. Shout out Kamara. Shout out Derek Carr. Shout out MVS, Cam Jordan, Fuaga. You know what I'm saying? Chase Young, Brian Brzee, Will Harris. Shout out y'all boys for balling out these past couple weeks. Shout out Jameis Winston again for being a great person, a great teammate. We miss you, boy. And of course, shout out that boy, Darren Rizzie, the Riz Lord. Who that nation? I'll see y'all next week or the week after. Let's keep stacking these wins. Till next time, y'all stay blessed. Be easy. And who that?